Hey guys, welcome to the third part of my PC game collection. We're about almost done. I have my binders here, my little binder there. I have a blue binder, like a little blue disc holder that I need to find. That has the rest of my PC games. We'll look at that when I find that eventually. But for now, let's go. Let's start with these. What do I start with? Oh yeah. The Lord of the Rings Return of the King PC game demo. Haven't really played it, I just got it like a couple months ago. Next up we have Arthur's Computer Adventure. Pretty decent game. I didn't play it though as a kid. I got it along with this package though. And that's enough of that. Now let's get into these binders. I've had these binders since I was like, I don't know, 5 maybe? Had them for a really long time. This one in particular is my first one. But anyway, here we go. First game we have here is, or second game I should say, is 101 Dalmatians animated storybook. Pretty enjoyable, you know, game. There are some cool mini games that you could do, involving, you know, mix and match and stuff like that, you know, kid stuff. Arthur's Birthday. There's 2 versions of this. This is actually, I think, the better no, this is the original, because it says version 1.0, so it's the original. It had like updated graphics later on. Well, not updated graphics, but updated sound later on. But that's the original version. You get to pin the tail on the donkey. That's kind of cool. Tarzan activity, or the action game. I used to have the activity center. I don't know what happened to it. I think I lost it. I should get that back eventually. But I played a lot of this as a kid. I know this also came out on the PS1. The version that I played was basically the same version, and I beat it when I was like 4. So I even beat it on hard, which is not really. They added more, you know, enemies and decreased your life count. That's all they did. Shrek Swamp Fun. I know there's this YouTuber who reviewed this game. Is like one of the only YouTubers who did a review of this game. It's just a Phonics game with Shrek in it. It's pretty bland. Toy Story 2 CD read-along is just a read-along disc with pictures. Toy Story animated storybook, another copy of that game. Thinking games. This is the game I was thinking of when I was showed that other Arthur game in my previous video. I like this game. It was probably my favorite Arthur game, or at least one of them. Winnie the Pooh Kindergarden. I thought it said second grade for a second. Pretty good game. I enjoyed this a lot more than preschool. I think you could do a lot more in that kindergarten. I played this a whole hell of a lot. Reader Rabbit Personalized Preschool. You know, you read a rabbit and you have to get the circus back in town. Or the carnival back in town, I should say. Do all sorts of things. When did this game come out? It says 2001, but I think it came out in like 98 or something like that. I think you could find gameplay of that. Crayola Magic 3D Coloring Book. Favorite places. I recently played that game not that long ago. It's a decent drawing game. One of the one of the most recent Sergeant Friends episodes, I actually drew a picture of Sergeant Bastard, and I used it using this game. And you can see it on one of the new episodes. It's pretty cool. I should have done a screenshot of it though. Curious George. Reads, writes, and spells for grades 1 and 2. I played it not that long ago. It's alright. Freddi Fish and the Missing Kelp Seeds. An absolute classic game. Anyone who says it is lying to themselves. Like, it's just, like, I think if you didn't play Freddi Fish, you didn't have a childhood. At least for, you know, millennials like me. Bob the Builder, Bob Builds a Park. I like this better than the other Bob the Builder game, if you ask me. A lot more fun. Jumpstart Phonics. I liked it. There was a animated like movie of Jumpstart I actually found out, I want to say a year ago, and you can see footage from it on this game. Toy Story 2 Activity Center, I already talked about it. Freddi Fish 2 and the Missing Kelp Seeds. Great game. I did a lot of weird stuff with this game. Like, you could do some crazy stuff. Ish, I would say. I haven't played any of the other Freddi Fishes though. Ah yes. This is a great game right here. Let me show it to you. Arthur's Reading Race. And this is obviously a reissue because of the updated disc, and look at those poorly photoshopped eyebrows on Arthur. It's the same game from the 90s, just reissued. For bundled sale only. I think this also came with Arthur's birthday. But yeah, that's probably my favorite Arthur game. And the game at the end is worth it. It's got a lot of demos on it too. What is this? The Clue Finders 5th Grade Adventures, The Secret of the Living Volcano. I gotta tell you, me and my mom played that game, and there was a part where there were math problems, and I swear they were, it's not like they were like 5th grade level, they were like high school level. Like, it was really advanced, and me and my mom were so pissed off trying to figure that game out. Swear. Bugs Life Active Play, I already talked about. It's the same game with just another disc. Here's the other Bear in the Big Blue House game. Bear's Sense of Adventure. I love this game. It's enjoyable. It's not as good as Imagine That, but I still love it. And I don't think they, like I said, I don't think they ever made another Bear in the Big Blue House game. Which is a shame, because it was pretty popular. Speaking of shows on Playhouse Disney that were popular, Rolie, Polie, Olie. For some, this was like a fever dream. I enjoyed it. It's like, you can beat this whole game in an hour if you tried. I think that might have been one of the only Rolie, Polie, Olie games. Correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty sure it was. Here's Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron. I actually owned this before I owned Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. I prefer Boy Genius, but this isn't bad. Again, once you beat the game, it's like, that's it. Cabellas 4x4 Off-Road Adventure 2. I did not play that game. That game sucked. It was awful. Personalized Kindergarten. Kindergarten Learning Adventure. Pretty good. You know, just, it's like a car tour between learning the alphabet and words. Magnadoodle. You could do some really weird stuff with this game. There's not even a gameplay video of this. Like, I found one gameplay of it, but it's in like German or something. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You can make some like weird shapes. You can watch them move around. Pretty funny. Jonah, VeggieTales Adventure. What to say about this game? It came out at a time when VeggieTales was starting to get back on track, you know, with the Jonah movie. I played the game more than I've watched the movie, and that says a lot. Even though this had clips from the movie. Caillou Party Fun and Games. I got this from a teacher years ago at my 6th birthday party. It's just a simple game with Caillou. Caillou was an alright show. Jumpstart Preschool Language Club. One of my least favorite Jumpstart games, honestly. It just was like, kind of bland if you ask me. I prefer the older ones. Construction Zone 2 Gold Mining. I've never played the first one. And if anyone can tell me how that one was, let me know. But you do construction, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I like knocking down like a lot of the houses, though. That's pretty cool. Here's the other Stanley game I have. Tiger Tales. It's mostly similar to the shark one, except with the different story. This is the other disc of the Clue Finders game. I gotta stop saying that's like a learning center. Tonka Big Rigs, or Diggin' Rigs. I was gonna say Big Rigs. I don't have that game. This actually came with a thing you put on your keyboard and move around. I don't have that anymore, but I still have the disc. And to be fair, if you really have a keyboard, you don't really need it, per se. You can just use the keyboard. Rugrats All Growed Up. This game was bland. Like, it's just like it was like a side scroller with the characters, and like just boring. I mean, no offense, but that's probably the worst Rugrats game in my opinion, at least that I've played. Play it for yourself to know what I mean. Crayola Amazing Animals. I played this one less than the other Crayola game, but it's still alright. It was kind of a pain in the arse to run on XP, though. I had to do a lot of tinkering with it, but it still ran. But I prefer the other one. The Wild Thornberrys movie. Another instance where I played the game more than I've actually watched the movie. I played this game like a couple months ago, and it's fun. I enjoy it. Mickey Mouse Kindergarten. I played this at a friend's house. You get to do some kind of cool stuff, like you get to teach Daisy Duck to dance, and get to do some arcade games. It was a good game. Alright, whoop. Now, sorry about that. Now we get to the other binder. Chutes and Ladders. Chutes and Ladders. No. Pretty hard board game, actually. Kind of had bad morals, too. You play the game to know what I mean. SpongeBob Operation Krabby Patty. I think this was one of the earliest SpongeBob games ever released. You do a bunch of games. It's like a timed missions. It's like go around drive and stuff. It's weird, and the cutscenes are weird too. Same thing with this one, Employee of the Month. It uses the same engine. Well, no, that used the same engine with something else, but Employee of the Month was okay. It was a point-and-click adventure game. Could have easily been an episode of SpongeBob. Here's a PS2 game I forgot to show. The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. Played it once, haven't gotten back to it, but I should play it again. Monsters Inc. Scare Island, that's my old copy. Scratched up, I should throw it out. Boys Only Club. Man, that would never fly today. But it has Lego Racers, which is an amazing game, and Mike Mulligan and his Steam Shovel, which is a pretty okay storyboard game, or a reading game. Fusion Fall. I bought this a long time ago because I saw the commercials for it, and I never had it online, so I couldn't play it. and then the servers went out, so this game is absolutely useless. But I still have it for nostalgia, but I should probably throw it away. There's a DVD of Lone Ranger, I don't know what that's doing in there. Spider-Man 2 Activity Center. Pretty sure this is made by the same people who made the Shrek one, because it's got very similar engines and styles. It's alright though. Another copy of that Bugs Life game, Personalized Learning Center for Jumpstart. There's two of the games. Oh, these are two crappy off-road games. Let's see. Off-Road Adventure and Off-Road Cabellas 4x4 Off-Road Adventure. Games suck. They're absolutely terrible. The Wild Thornberrys Rambler. I think this also was released on the PS1. Correct me if I'm wrong. I like the movie game better. Just my opinion. The Muppets Sorting and Ordering. It was weird. I got a really weird vibe playing this game. Just felt kind of, I don't know, just like, I don't know, it's just an odd feeling. Arthur's Reading Games. That's another good game. I think this is the one actually where you built the treehouse. So I'm not sure what that other game was. This is one of the oldest games I own. From my childhood at least. Blues ABC Time Activities. There was another Blues Clues Squeak game that I played years later. I think it was called Reading Games. It had like Periwinkle and Blue on it. I like that better than this, but I can't find that. I gotta get another copy of it. But that's a good game too. And for those asking, I don't really care about the new Blues Clues. It's not for me. If you like it, that's for you. No, this is the one, the Reader Rabbit I Can Read game with the story. It had two games. Had two games in one. Pretty fun. I had this Hot Wheels demo disc for the longest time. Had a bunch of mini games, and the same guy who reviewed that Shrek game also reviewed this demo disc. Does not work anymore. I gotta get a new copy, but if I ever do, I'll do a gameplay. Another copy of the Diggs and Riggs game, and Breaking the Rules Fairly Odd Parents, which I enjoy, but from what I've heard, it's not as good as the console version. Or I've heard the opposite. Some people say this is the better version. Anyway, that was my PC collection, part 3. See you in the final part whenever I find that binder of discs. Thank you all for watching.